Hello and welcome to Toffee Bluecast. Me and Paul on straight away. There you go. We've just sorry we're late, but we have just been rushing around because we just chucked some things on the screen and you couldn't read it because it was too small on the print and stuff, all your fixtures and stuff like that. So here we are, a massive one. Fixtures have come out. Been looking forward to this. And Paul, you've got your results there. I've got my results.
Yeah.
I just basically what we've done. If you're on the channel, you would have seen it because I've advertised it on this link, and also I've advertised it on my Twitter. Is we've done a competition. The winner gets a trophy, engraved prediction champion, and it's a good trophy actually. I look for a good one because even though we're grown ups, we still like to win a trophy. So the winner gets a trophy. And you've got to predict every result. And then we'll look at who's predicted the right amount of points at the end of the season. If someone's tied, say Jamie's gone 56 and someone else has gone 56, then we'll do who got the most games right in the predictions. It is early. It's hard to predict now because obviously the signings haven't been made, if there is any, but I'm sure there will be. It's hard to predict now, but it's a bit of fun. Do it nice and early. Do your predictions like you know what's going to come in, what you want to come in. That's how I've done mine. But me and Paul are going to drop ours on the channel now. We're just going to read them out. He's got the fixtures. I've already done mine. You've done yours, haven't you, Paul?
Yes. I've thought if I spend lots of time thinking about it, I'll probably get them wrong.
Well, I actually written everyone's up. I've written Jamie's up because I put them all in the system, so they're all logged in alphabetical order. I think you can see it here a little bit. It's in small print, but I have got it all logged. I'll show you now. It should be here. People's results. Just put that on now. There's quite a few. There's about 13 that have had a go, and still got mine and yours, Paul. So we'll probably end up with about 20. I mean, if you look there, there's the people on the channel that have had a go. And there's the trophy. That's the trophy that I've looked to get, and that's the trophy. So there is if you look, there's a lot of trash that comes on the young trash that comes on the channel. Some from Twitter. I think we'll end up with about a league of 20 that have had a go, and obviously, whoever wins gets the trophy. I want the Blues. Yeah. Blues, you get on it. Message me on Twitter or something like that if you've got it and you have a go. Because I'm interested to see what your predictions are. But there's Mick as well from Blackpool. Paul Caswell's got involved. They've all got involved, and I've written all this out. So, yeah, it's kind of I've read everyone's predictions and then had to do mine after, which Jamie said would be an advantage to me. But it wasn't an advantage. It just makes you more confused. And look at that last one there. Yobo, 105, I think it is.
Good
unbeaten all season.
We all start on 0, so, you know.
Well, unbeaten all season, Yobo's got us. I'd love that to happen. You just never know, do you? But that is a crazy one. That put a lot of smiles on people's faces, Yobo's, because we know what his tweets are like, and it didn't surprise me that his predictions was like that as well. So, loads of people have had a go. So if you do want to have a go, basically message me on Twitter on a DM and say I want the fixtures. I'll send you the fixtures. All you have to do is press copy and paste into the right part, fill it out, add them up, send it back, and I'll put it in the system. And then it's free. Have a go. See if you win the trophy at the end of the season. Just a bit of fun, and you can keep log of how you're doing throughout the season. It's just a bit of fun for us Everton fans. That's what we do on this channel. We try and do things that are just a bit fun for you and go out our way to have a laugh.
Note them down while me and Dan go through ours and choose the opposite of what we choose.
Well,
you'll have a good chance.
Yeah, write them down as we go on a piece of paper or something like that, and then just send them to me on Twitter, and then I'll log them, put them in the system. And I'm sure a lot of you that are on now, there's a few on. I'm sure a lot of you have already got the list that I've sent you back ready that you've already predicted. So, yeah, it is good. It's a bit of fun. I don't know what Paul's is going to be like now. We haven't spoke to each other.
We haven't spoke about it, have we?
I don't know what Paul's is going to be like. I've got my list here as well now. And this is going to be an interesting one. So this is it. We will talk about the transfer news because there's a few players been mentioned. Harrison. We don't know how true these links are, but we will mention it in a couple of days. But at the minute, we're on fixtures because the other stuff's all We don't know, do we? So here we go, Paul. Do you want to pop the fixtures on?
Yeah, let's get this up then. Fulham at home, first game. That's not bad.
I like these fixtures. I really do.
It's not the worst set of fixtures to begin with.
No, it is. It is a cracking start, and I know we didn't play well against Fulham, and I know they beat us, but I feel like they had a cracking season. But I don't know whether they'll be as good as there was last season. It's yet to prove whether it was a bit of luck or whether it was a consistent thing that they're going to do, because they did slow down, didn't they, towards the end? And they have got some older players.
They did a little bit, but it'll be interesting. What normally happens with Fulham is similar to what happens with us in some ways, is that they have some decent play, or they have players who have a decent season, and then they get flogged off to Arsenal or something. So, and ours normally go off to Man United. So, it's the same kind of boat, really. So it'll be interesting. First day, certainly at home, we've got a better, maybe not in the last couple of seasons, but usually we have a better record at Fulham, against Fulham at home. In the last sort of 10 seasons, we've been very good against them. It's just the last couple that have been a bit wobbly.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I just think we've got a good chance this first game as well. I feel like Daesh is going to be on it straight away. This is the difference. Like Daesh, I feel from the very first game is going to know that everything we do is valuable, with how hard it was to get points at the end of the season. Daesh isn't a person that switches off anyway. He's going to be on it from day one because he knows how important this is. So, Paul, what have you got on this game?
I have got 3 points.
Same as me. I've got 3 points as well. So we've won our first game. So that's the first game. We beat Fulham. Me and Paul have got to win. Drop yours in the comments, what you've got. If you've got your list there, put it in the comments and we'll read it out as we go.
Has anyone not got us to win our first game? That would be interesting.
Everyone that I've written up in that big list of like 14 people have got us to win.
Yeah.
Everyone. That first game, isn't it? You've got to win your first game. So I think that's going to be an interesting one. And you've got to win as well, Paul. So I'm interested to see whether my tally is going to be the same as yours, because I know you're more realistic than me.
Well,
and I do want the trophy.
Yeah, I do want the trophy, but yeah, you'd probably be surprised at some of mine. Actually, I think
that's why I'm interested. This is why this channel is so good. So we've both got a win. Right, the next game we've got Aston Villa away.
Yeah.
What have you got?
Hard, isn't it? Villa are better now, you would imagine. But I've gone for a away win at Villa.
What, Everton win?
Yeah.
I've actually gone a draw here, and like I have tried to be really serious with this, and I just think Aston Villa have got a lot of good players. I think they've got a good manager. I think they've stepped it up. And a draw isn't necessarily a bad result, is it? To be fair.
No, you don't lose your away games. You've done well, haven't you?
Yeah, I've gone draw. I've not tried to be stupid with that one, but I might be stupid later on. But I've gone draw on that one, which puts us on 4 points. So I've gone draw. You've got 6 points, haven't you, so far?
I've got 6 points.
4. You're doing good.
Very much. You'll notice a trend in my first month.
I'm interested to see how this trend goes. We hope it stays like this and we just win every game like Joseph Yobo's. Right, on to the next game. Wolves at home. This is a good start into it. These are good fixtures, by the way. I couldn't have written a better fixture list out myself here.
I think the first three games there, I mean, Villa away is obviously a tricky one, but Fulham at home and Wolves at home, they're decent fixtures to have in August. Do you know what I mean? If you're having like City away and United at home, or stuff like that, there's an argument like the Blues has said on here. Sometimes you want the bigger teams at the start of the season. They're only getting up to speed. Yeah, potentially. But I know I would also you've got to play them anyway at some point. So I'd rather actually get points on the board against teams that we perhaps should be beating. I know that list has gotten smaller and smaller over the last couple of years, but it's a new season. Everyone starts on zero. Everyone's more optimistic, hopefully, than they were. And Fulham and Wolves at home are decent games to start off with.
I just think that we need a good start because after that last season, we didn't get one after that last relegation battle. But I feel a good start could put the wind in our sails and give us like a really good confidence boost that maybe we need, because then once you start putting Dyche's like that, we spoke, Paul, like our away form started getting good towards the end of the season. And I think if you can build on something at the start, it'd be cracking. I understand what the Blues is saying, but I just want a bit easier fixtures. Nothing's easy, but I wouldn't like to play some of the big boys earlier on. Lose, and think we're going to lose every game this season. Let our fans get a little bit of a boost. That's what I'm thinking. Get behind something.
Yeah.
And let us think that it's going to be good. So what result have you got in this Wolves one?
Wolves are going to win again.
I've gone win on this one.
Yeah.
I have gone win on this one. And that you've got 9 points, haven't you now? And I'm on 7.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see who ends up on more.
By this point, Spirit of the Blues is charting in the top 10 somewhere, and we're building a little bit of momentum, I reckon.
We'll probably be top of the table if we get those 3 wins at the start that you put.
Oh, we won't be bottom.
Yeah, we definitely won't be bottom. It just depends on alphabetical order, but we'll very likely have a good chance at being top of the table. So I'm on 7. We're both off to a good start. 2 wins and a draw for me and 3 wins for you. So on to the next month. This is going to be interesting to see how close our tally is, because at the minute, yours has started really good. I'm on as on to the next month. What are we on? September?
Yeah.
Sheffield United.
2nd of September, Sheffield United. Away.
Away.
What have you gone for?
I've got Everton win here. I think Sheffield United are going to go down. I don't think they're that good.
I think, well, they're obviously going to be one of the favourites to go down. I don't think they're going to be able to spend as much as, say, Forest did and buy 20 new players in 2 transfer windows. I'm not sure they're that kind of club. They'll get some decent results without a doubt. They'll have a good old battle, but whether they've got enough to stay up, you're not sure, really, eh?
No, it's just the players they've got, unless they come out and absolutely smash the transfer window. Sheffield is just a team that I don't think they'll come up with like a massive thing like Burnley have, where you say, whoa, they're going to handle themselves in the Premier League. Might be wrong. They might prove me wrong. And I don't mind Sheffield United. I've got nothing against them, but I just think they have come up pretty weak. And that's definitely a game that I think we're going to win. So I'm on 10 points. What are you on, 12?
I'm on 12.
You are 12 points. Max Shaw says we won't beat Villa. By the way, these are just our predictions, and no one knows what the actual scores are going to be. So you don't think we're going to beat Villa, but nobody actually knows. But yeah,
Paul says not until next season. You know.
Yeah, I do think we'll be better. Remember, we could end up signing the Coventry striker. We could end up signing Harrison. And we could end up really strong. We just don't know what's going to happen yet. There's a lot of players that are about that are really like good and cheap. So who knows? Even on a cheap budget, we might bring in the right players. On to the next game. Here we go. This is an interesting one for you now, Paul. Is it Arsenal? Arsenal.
Yeah, I've gone draw now. This is where we plateau slightly. I've not been completely silly. But I've gone draw with that one. I think I'm going off the basis of in previous seasons, not last season with Frank and the Palace game, but previous to that, when we've had a bad season, the same with 1 or 2 other clubs who have finished just outside the relegation zone, there's usually a team in that section that have a really good season after. I mean, I'm not saying we're going to do a Leicester or anything, but Leicester actually sacked their manager. They sacked Pearson, didn't they? And Claudio Ranieri kind of kept them up, and then so they just about survived by a couple of places. And then the next season, they won the league. Now, I'm not saying we're going to do that, because maybe our scouting hasn't been as good as Leicester's was in 2014 or something like that. But I do think there's a team that will jump up just through sheer hard work and maybe one or two shrewd buys. And why can't it be us?
No, I agree with you. I think we're going to get off to a good start. I really do. And I just think the mentality is going to be better this season under Sean Dyche. And I can't help it. Like, the fixtures that we're saying, Paul, I know it sounds crazy when you say the points that we've just got, but I've gone draw against Arsenal as well, by the way, which takes us to 11 points on my tally. But I can't help it. I mean, I generally am thinking about the games, and I don't see why we should say that Wolves should beat us when we played well against them at the end of the season, and it was a draw. Villa, like I say, I've given a draw on that, and then Fulham, I don't see why we should say they should beat us, and Sheffield. And Arsenal, we drew against them last season, so we're not chatting rubbish.
Beat them at home, didn't we?
Yeah, we beat them at home. There you go, even better. So you have got arguments on that we could actually do well in these games. It's about Sean Dyche finding that good form that we had last season and actually being consistent with it. So, we've done Arsenal. You've done draw. I've done draw. I'm on 11 points. How many points are you on?
I'm on, what am I, 12, 13.
13. If you ain't got the points there, we'll just get the total at the end. The Brentford game next is away.
Is away, yeah. I think Brentford are what Sheffield United and Forest want to be. And if those two clubs do what Brentford have done over the last 6 years, do you know what I mean? They've got a chance of getting into that position. They've got a really good manager. I think a lot of it would depend on whether Thomas Frank stays very long. But Brentford have got a settled team, good, stable club, not going to do anything magnificent or silly. So they're the one just to be aware of, really. I think we'll get a draw, that one.
I think Tony's a big loss for Brentford. And I watched them last season, and every time Tony played, he was the difference. He really does help the way Brentford play, having him as a striker. And I've watched them when they didn't have him, and they didn't look as good. And he has got the big band now. I've actually got us to beat Brentford. Yeah, beat Brentford, 14 points it takes us to. I do think we'll beat Brentford. They might be a team that have a little fumble. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they'll be as good. There could be.
I mean, they're also a side that wouldn't go out and spend 50 million on anybody. Do you know, they're a team rather than a collection of one or two stars. Ivan Toney's probably your most obvious. If you were asking lots of people, general sort of football fans, to name a Brentford 11, I think most people would struggle, really, because they're not superstars in any way. Do you know what I mean? They will be in there, obviously will be in their area, but to the general Premier League football fan, I'm not sure lots of people could name lots of Brentford players.
No, I'm not that worried. I think if we are to improve, I'd say we're about on par with Brentford. Obviously, they're a bit better on form, but I generally think with the way we finish the season, we're 50-50 with Brentford. And I think if we improve our squad, we'll be better than them. We're what is that, 6 games now, and we're both unbeaten, ain't we?
We're unbeaten and both on 14 points.
Yeah, I am on 14. You're on 14. So it's kind of leveled itself out. This is where I've gone a bit more confident, and you've cooled down a little bit on this one. Keep up people in the comments. We can't always put them on. We're trying to just give you our stuff. We know we've already got yours all tallied up as well, so don't worry. But it should just be a good listen on what we think and just a good talk about the teams to get a good feel of the fixtures. So on to the next game. Luton Town. I think you like these, don't you?
Yeah, they're quirky, aren't they?
I said they're rubbish, and you said they're quite good. So,
well, you can't. It's hard to tell. It's going to be really interesting. Teams going away to Luton. I don't think people are going to like playing there. Do you know what I mean? And I think Luton are just going to enjoy it. They could actually be a bit like Blackpool were when Blackpool came up for their season. and have games like, I mean, I think we played them and won 5-3 one game, and I can't remember what the other one was. It was another ridiculous score. I think they had something like a 3-2 against United or something like that. It wouldn't surprise me if Luton were that kind of team where it just goes absolutely manic and people start liking them for their idiosyncrasies, you know.
I think Luton, they're going to be a bit like Leeds are, a bit lively, if you know what I mean. But just because they're up and they've got some big players, haven't they? It'll be scores that are crazy. They'll probably end up losing, but it'll be like 3-2 or something like that, or 4-2.
Yeah.
I think I've watched them play. They've got some big lads. It'll be very lively, but I think we'll win that. What have you got on that one?
I've gone win. Home game against Luton. If you're a bit pessimistic if you don't put us down for a win, I would have thought.
Yeah, if you don't think we can beat them, then I am very worried about this season.
If anyone's not got us beating Leicester on their list, then please let us know and give us a reason why you sort of went for it.
Yeah, let us know if you think Luton are going to beat us. I just don't think they are. You never know. Some people might say, "Oh, Everton are crap," but I generally don't think we'll get beat by Luton. So on to the what's our tally now? It's still the same, isn't it?
Yeah, we're both on 17.
Right, on to the next game, Bournemouth.
Yeah.
I quite like. I used to hate Bournemouth. I don't mind them now. We went and we actually beat them that last game, and the manager, by the way, Bournemouth manager has just got sacked. But unlike Everton, when they sacked the manager, they had someone else in on the exact same day. So it seems like they actually planned to sack the manager.
What was that? What do you
Bournemouth
mean?
manager's got sacked.
Has he?
O'Neill, yeah.
Gary O'Neill?
Yeah, he got sacked today.
Oh, wow.
And there's a new manager that they're bringing in from abroad on the same day, it says. It come out that he got sacked. Everyone didn't know what had happened. And they probably thought, oh, there's been a bust up. But then obviously it's planned move which is crazy. But he didn't have a big contract. But a lot of people are shocked by it because he kept them up. But no, he has got sacked. So there you go, breaking news from Daniel.
I might have said Leicester by mistake at some point.
Yeah, I did hear you say Leicester instead of Leeds, but I knew exactly what you meant. I'm sure the Blues did as well.
I'm going to blame very busy days and rosé tonight, everybody. Rosé.
There we go.
At
least it's you saying something wrong because it's normally me the pants on.
So it bloody changed, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's normally me getting the wrong words. I'm doing well so far. I'm focused to try and keep up with this list.
If they got rid of O'Neill, then maybe that suggests, and it's a shock. Maybe it suggests that they've got someone lined up in the next whatever.
I know his name's come out already, but I don't know who he is.
Really?
Yeah, his name's come out. Someone, the Blues, you Mr. Know It, go on in the comments. What's his name? It's come out. I've seen it on Twitter. It says, I don't know who the manager is. A lot of people are saying it's risky, and then a lot say it's a really good move. I don't know a lot of the abroad managers, but they've gone for an abroad manager unproven in the Premier League.
Interesting.
So on that note, because they swapped the manager, I generally think Bournemouth was solid under him, but I think we'll beat them.
Yeah, I got us down for a win as well.
So the Blues is going to be going nuts with us. I can imagine him sitting, rubbing his head like, "Oh my god, what are these two on?"
We've got 20 points by the middle.
Oh, the Blues, you love it. This is why we're Everton fans. We're positive. Aim the ball high, and anything else that you get, then at least you're going to try and get it high.
People will be clipping parts of this and saying, "What a pair of idiots thinking we're going to get 20 points."
Yeah, but I've written down. I showed you them at the start of the channel. At least 15 people that I've done so far, and all of them are high tallies. Everyone is positive this season, and I thought there'd be some real negative ones, but there wasn't. A lot of people messaged saying, "I know it sounds crazy, but I think we're going to have a good season this season."
Yeah.
A lot of people are feeling that way, so it's not just me and you. I mean, I've done 15 so far, and they've all said that we're going to do well.
Yeah.
So if there is some negative ones, send on me as well. You might win the trophy. If you
well, it may be. This is sort of the precipice. This could be the moment. So we'll see.
This could be a good season. I've got a feeling we can't have all this crap all the time. We've got to have a bit of leeway. Dyche will sort it out. I've just got in my head that Dyche is going to have that Europa League season he had with Burnley randomly. That's what I've got in my bloody head. Right. The next game that is there is the derby.
I hate it. I hate that fixture. I've never liked it.
I'm not scared of them. I'm never scared of them. I'm not scared.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared of them, but
No.
we implode often. We've had our moments, very few and far between. But I've zero. I've got 0 on that one.
Zero.
And I'm not going to talk about it any more than that.
I've actually got the derby's away as well, isn't it? I've actually got Everton to draw. I think we'll hold them out, and it'll be a proper derby. And this season's going to be a good derby season for us. I haven't even thought about Liverpool for the whole of last season. I really haven't. And they're not even in my thoughts just lately. But yeah, when we play them, I generally think with the new signings we've got, Harrison and the big centre forward, I think we'll give them a really physical game in the derby and we'll be able to get a draw. That's what I've gone for in that one. So I've gone ahead of you there. Onto the next game, West Ham United.
Yeah, I've gone for a defeat there as well.
Oh, these are changing now. West Ham United. See, I ain't gone stupid. I've gone draw West Ham. I think West Ham are very good, and I think we'll do well to get a draw. I think West Ham will come on this season. Be interested to see if they do get rid of Rice, whether they bring good players in to replace him, because Rice is the main player that they do have in that middle. So there'll be an interesting one, West Ham will. But I've gone a draw. I think it'll be a 50-50 game, and I've gone a draw.
They've got some key players there, like you say, Rice. It'd be interesting if Bowen stays. Going forward, is it Scamacca? Is he going to start playing? Is Antonio going to be the main guy? Are they going to get someone else in? Do you know what I mean? It'd be interesting to see whether they keep the people who are already there. But Rice, the rumours are Rice isn't going to be staying, is he?
No, there's a lot of work to do on West Ham. So we're on West Ham. My total's 22. Have you got yours? What your total is, or do you have to keep adding it up?
I'm still on 20.
Are you keeping it in your head, adding it up, or you got it written down?
No, I've just in my head.
Oh, that's going to be hard work. Mathematics, right? Onto the West next game.
Yeah.
Which is
Brighton at home.
I've gone a draw on this one.
Have you? I've gone a defeat.
Brighton are pretty good.
I just feel as though every team has their wobbles in the season. Christ almighty, we've had plenty. But it often seems to be a sort of, I felt as though historically, October and November have often been times, if we've had a bad start, then end of October, start of November tends to be quite good, or there's a change, and then suddenly it's we sort of come through it, and then it's more positive. If we have a good start, then we tend to have buggered it up by December. So that's why I've got the Liverpool away, the West Ham away, and the Brighton at home all defeats. So we'll do really well, get ourselves in a good position where you need consistency, and then balls it up for a month.
You've got like a Carlo season in your head here, aren't you? Like where Carlo was top 4 underneath. There you go, underneath Ancelotti, and then all of a sudden he started messing up at this moment in time. So I can see you've got that in your head. So on to Crystal Palace. Obviously, Everton are starting to underperform now on yours. Mine, I'm still doing all right. I've just looked and we're unbeaten on mine.
What an end to 2023 we're having.
We're 11 games in and we're unbeaten on mine.
Wow.
On 23 points up after playing Brighton. The next game is what? Crystal Palace, isn't it?
Palace away, yeah.
And we still keep our unbeaten streak up. We draw this game. I haven't gone stupid again. I haven't gone stupid. I've actually said we're going to draw. I could have said we're going to beat Palace as well, but I haven't. I've gone sensible and said we're going to draw Palace away.
Yeah.
Even though I do want to say that we can beat them, but I generally think there's a lot of draws there. We drew against Liverpool, we drew against West Ham, we drew against Brighton, and then we drew against Crystal Palace, which I think we're going to see a lot from Everton this season. I think Dyche is going to have us pretty solid. And I think it was the same under Lampard at the start of it, wasn't it? We had like 5 draws unbeaten. So that's the reason I've said a couple of draws there. That's my reason behind that.
Yeah, when we had when Calvert-Lewin was having his mega season or whatever, and Spirit of the Blues was playing away and beating Miley Cyrus in the charts and all that sort of stuff. It was one of those. We had a good August. We had a decent September, but then a couple of injuries or a couple of dodgy performances, and then we sort of lost it a little bit. But it's just up and down. We're inconsistent. We have been for many years, and you just want the down parts to be less than the up parts, isn't it?
I do think that I think that's what's going to happen on what you're saying. I think that's what's going to change. I think Sean Dyche is going to find some sort of consistency and he's going to get a good team spirit. And I think we're going to be a very hard team to beat next season. I really do. I am confident next season. I'm not worried. I've said this all along. A lot of people are worried, but the way we finished the season, I think Dyche in half a season, if he can get us to do that in half a season, then give him a full pre-season and let him have a few signings, actually have a striker and have a backup left back and a right winger and see what we can do. So this is I've got those players in Everton in my head.
You've got the Blues worried that we're going to actually go invincible. Have you got us losing any games whatsoever?
I have got serious. I've done serious, honestly. I generally do want to win the trophy. I've really gone serious here because I do think we are gonna do well. I really do think we are going to do well. Well, here we go. We're on Crystal Palace. Now we're playing Man United. And this is a team that I feel, this next fixture, this is the team that I feel are going to be really good this season. Right. I do. And I have actually got us to lose against Man United. So that unbeaten streak, the Blues, has actually gone now. I think Man United, we struggle against them anyway. And I've got us down as a loss against Man United. So you'll be happy to know, the Blues, that we do actually lose against Man United. But you'll be frustrated as well because with that unbeaten record that we were starting to pick up, it's very frustrating that we did lose that game. What have you got us down?
I've actually got us down as a win.
Against Man United, yeah?
Yeah.
At home, though, isn't it? Yeah.
At home, yeah. The reason being, I mean, we had this very much in, when was it? End of January, February, definitely. We were playing sides like Arsenal, like Brentford. Even who else? I can't remember who else it was. We were on good runs. Brentford were 12 unbeaten. Arsenal were obviously doing fantastic. And even though we would get shafted by Fulham at home or whatever, we tended to beat the sides who were on a bit of a run, weirdly. But that's Everton, isn't it? So if I've got us going 20 points by middle of October, and then 4 defeats in a row, it wouldn't surprise me then that we beat Man U on a Saturday early kickoff or something like that. So yeah, I've got us down to beat United.
Yeah, I just think they're going to be solid, but I hope that we do beat United. I lost the streak though. I am frustrated that we lost that streak. I'm just trying to keep up with where we are now. So the next game that we're on is Nottingham Forest, isn't it?
Forest away, yeah. So 2nd of December.
I've done. See, I haven't been stupid here either. This is the thing. You think my results are crazy because we're on 24 points against Man United and we've only been beat once. But against Forest, I've done a draw, which I think is reasonable.
I actually agree. I've got us down for a draw as well. The thing about Forest as well is I think they managed to survive, obviously. So I think they might just sift out a more stable side out of all of those players they've got.
Yeah.
With the odd change here and there. So I don't know whether the likes of like Aurier plays for him, don't he? He was a right arse against us. But he's not gonna, he's not one of their best players. You sort of wonder about players like that who've been around the Premier League for a few years now, whether they would get replaced by younger lads sort of coming through or decent buys from the Championship, because obviously Steve Cooper's got a decent knowledge of players from that area. So it may be that they get a little bit of stability. I
I
hope
do.
not. I hope they go down.
No, I hope they're rubbish as well, but I think the same as you. I think they brought so many players, it took a season to gel them in. But I think keeping the same manager, which is a good manager, by the way, the Forest manager, I thought they was going to sack him, but I think keeping him was the right thing to do for them. And I do feel that he's going to start to learn things, get a grip of things, and Gibbs White was looking good. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, we've been linked with Brandon Johnson. I don't think that'll happen ever because Forest, I can't see them letting him go. So Forest will be an interesting one. I think they'll be decent as well. I think they'll be like us. I think they'll be very decent. And all those players that they brought will come into use for them this season. That's what I think on Forest. So, I've got us down for a draw.
Like the Blues said, their record at home was actually pretty decent, wasn't it? Especially going into the last couple of months. So that's what kept them up in the end.
The fans are pretty vocal, ain't they, to be fair? And it's an odd ground to go to, it is. And they used it. They used it pretty well.
I was just going to say my future brother-in-law actually is a Forest fan. So thankfully we get on well, and he doesn't act like what you would think a Forest fan might act like, especially as we've done him over a couple of times.
Well, I used to live near Derby, didn't I? And Derby and Forest was absolutely massive rivalry, hate each other big time.
Don't like each other.
No, they really, really don't like each other. They're proper derbies. They are. It's pretty brutal, that is. But Forest, I think they'll be decent. Next fixture is Newcastle.
Yeah, well, it seems to be inevitable that the Newcastle gravy train will continue slightly upwards every season. It'd be interesting who they actually buy, if anybody.
Champions League football, I think they'll hit some jackpots. I think Newcastle will be very strong this season. I really do. They've just done things perfect, and they've got themselves in the Champions League. And I think they've got money. They haven't blown it, but they've spent it wisely. And they've got a good little team there. And I think if they'll only make it stronger, won't they, Newcastle? I've got us drawing this game. And I think if we get a draw, it'd be fantastic because I think Newcastle will have a good season.
I've got us down on a draw as well. I suppose really because, well, actually Jamie mentions it, to be honest, is their squad big enough to handle a top 3-4 kind of challenge along with Champions League? You know,
they'll buy players though, wouldn't they? I think Maddison would be a cracker, wouldn't he?
You'd imagine so. It's going to be interesting who they buy, really.
But they've been sensible so far, haven't they?
You'd imagine them buying someone tremendous, really, with the bloody pennies they've got.
I just think Newcastle have got a team that you can make amazing. I mean, imagine if, for an example, I know a lot of Everton fans hate Newcastle, and I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I ain't got major rivalries, some, but I think I don't even get the rivalry with Newcastle, but I generally think...
No, I don't get that either. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, Newcastle have learnt from Everton, and they've just gone and done things right. And I just wish we would have done stuff like they've done it, because they've done it exactly. Well, look how fast they've got themselves where they are, and they haven't blown loads and loads of money to do it. We spent as much as that when Mashiri took over. I
think they just had a couple of good young players in Murphy and Willock, and they bought shrewdly with Gameres, is Bruno, and Isak. Isak was a no-brainer, really. If you can afford him, then you'd buy him. You know, there was no surprise because he was obviously a great player before he got to Newcastle. So they did one or two clever things before the massive takeover. But now they've done those things, they're in a good mood, and you just think that they'll carry on battling with whoever buys United and obviously City.
Well, with the way things are going as well, all these dodgy things with players going to Saudi teams at the minute. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Honestly, no, it's doing my head in. It's putting me off football a little bit. I tell you, it's crazy. It's going to be laundering. People on about Everton laundering money. It's going to be ridiculous because the Newcastle owners have just brought a Saudi team. So if Newcastle want to get the Saudi team to buy one of their players for like 200 million, Gordon for 200 million, it balances the books for them straight away, and they can go out and spend 200 million now.
Yeah, so I know you. Actually, Jamie mentions it on here. I know you've seen it as well. Mopay for 50 million, 55 million, along with Michael Keane or something.
If only we had some old legends in the team. On foot, Kilby's going, however you say his bloody name. Kante's go. Chelsea are lucky because Chelsea have wasted so much money. Chelsea have wasted so much money, and I thought to myself, yes, it's going to bite you in the arse. Yeah. But then all of a sudden, Chelsea's owner has been to Saudi, come back because he went to Saudi, he come back, and then all of a sudden, he's got 5 of his players going to there for ridiculous money to balance his books. So it's turning football into business, and I don't like it. It's putting me off it a little bit. Obviously, I'll always love Everton. I can't wait, but I just don't like it when teams are fiddling like that at the top. It's not fair on some other teams. I don't think it is, especially when we're frigging going by FFP massively and not being able to buy anyone for 2-3 seasons. It's just frustrating for me. But yeah, Newcastle, I've got us down for a draw. Did I say draw?
You said draw, and I said draw as well. Yeah,
I'm on 26 points. I'll get you to add yours up at the end.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I'm going to say I don't want to keep putting your maths on the spotlight. So it takes me about 10 minutes to add my total up. So luckily, I've got it written down. Right,
I think you've got 25. I think. What did you say?
I've got 26. I have.
Have you? Okay, I'm coming back now.
Right, so on to the next game. Here we go. So what have we lost? I think we've lost one game in mine.
Who did you have us losing?
15s. Man United, wasn't it?
United, yeah.
So we've lost against United in 15 games. That's it, and a lot of draws. But people will say I'm mad. It sounds crazy when you say it like that, but when I've actually gone through the games, no one said, wow, you're saying something stupid. So you've got to understand where I'm coming from.
All of these, if you took them all as one-off games, if you're looking at them separately, do you know what I mean? It's not surprising you'd sort of put us down as being half decent.
Well, 70, like I say, 16th game. This is Chelsea at home. I've got down as a loss. So there you go. There's a loss.
You've got us losing against Chelsea.
Yeah, I think Chelsea will be good this season under that manager. I think he's better, Poch.
Yeah, I've got us beating Chelsea.
Good result. I hope we do. I think ours is going to be so close because all of a sudden when I get cocky and I calm down, your results come in boosting back up as well. So this is going to be a close one. You've got us beating Chelsea. That'd be a cracking result. I didn't want to put us lose against Chelsea, so I'm glad you put us win to make up for mine. Next game, Burnley.
Yeah. I
mean, this is a bit heavy. This is loads of games in this frigging month, isn't it?
Yeah, they Burnley obviously won't like us from Frank and the Palace game and blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff. They'll be all right, Burnley. I think they'll be half decent. Again, a side without any majors. I think Company's done a decent job, Championship. So they might be all right. I just think on one-off game, we might just balls it up. So I've actually put us down for a defeat away against Burnley.
Do you know what, though? I tell you something. I've got a friend that's got a big channel on. He does a channel as well. He's a big Burnley fan. And he's a good lad. He's sound with me. But some Burnley fans just lately, I've done some tweets and they are jumping on me. I'm thinking, they're like Sean Dyche's crap. Like now, the Burnley fan that I spoke to that I'm friends with, he said he loves Sean Dyche and he still loves him now. Yeah. But a lot of Burnley fans just lately have been commenting saying Sean Dyche is crap. We've got Company, and I said to the Burnley fans, I said, you've had a good season in the Championship. Don't frigging run before you can walk. Have a good season in the Premier League, because I said to him, this Premier League is brutal. It's a lot harder than when you went down. So I just think that they need to have a good season in the Premier League before they start giving it too large, Burnley.
I bet Sean Dyche they loved that advice that you were giving them.
Oh yeah, you know me, I'll tell them how it is. But I tried to be nice, but they ended up irritating in the end because they were a bit too hypey, and it was like they had some sort of rivalry against Everton because we've got Dyche. Very weird. But they speak about Company like he's going to win games. It's not. It doesn't happen like that. I'm telling you.
Short memory. It's sad that they sort of go against Dyche. I know obviously they went down with him and stuff, but the amount of good things that
he did for them.
He kept them up for so long and gave them Europe as well one season. Jeez.
But they kept saying, Paul, Dyche is going to sign your crap players. Good luck on signing good players with Dyche. And I thought to myself, it was your owner that didn't give Dyche money. Why are you acting like that?
Is that Dyche's fault? Is that Dyche's fault that you didn't buy someone for 30, 40 million quid?
Exactly. This is mine. But I've learned to, because I'm older and wiser, not to get into these debates because some just love to boil the kettle, don't they? But good lyrics from me there. But yeah, I'm wiser and I didn't buy it. But it's like you say, crazy. But I think we'll beat Burnley. By the way, we're going to spank you just for doing me head in. We're going to spank you, and Dyche is going to celebrate as well when we beat you and turn against you because you've turned against him. I had no rival. I've got some friends at Burnley, and by the way, like I say, that lad, he messaged me when we stayed up. He messaged me saying, "Congratulations, I'm so happy for you." So I haven't got a rivalry against Burnley, really. It's just that I've had a few idiots. I think I've hit the bad Burnley fans on my Twitter page. But so we're beating Burnley in that game, and we're on 29 points with 17 games played. On to the next one, Tottenham. What have you said? You said yours, didn't you? You said
Burnley. I thought we'd lose away, and
lost.
Spurs have got us down for a defeat as well.
Spurs, I've got us to lose as well.
Yeah, I think just the run up to Christmas. I just it doesn't always go too well for us just before Christmas, to be honest.
Well, I didn't think of it as tactical as you as that part, but I just generally think Spurs are quite. I think they'll buy again, won't they? They'll spend and Richarlison, Kane. I was thinking this is crazy. People on the channel as well. I had a debate about someone about. They were saying Iwobi's. I like Iwobi, by the way, but they were saying Iwobi's like top 7, number 10 in the Premier League, right? And I just don't see it. I think Iwobi's good, by the way. I've got no problem with him, but I just don't think he was the hype that they were saying. So I literally said number 10s from every team, like Fernandes, De Bruyne, Silva, Maddison, loads of number 10s, Joe Linton, frigging all different number 10s. And then I went to try and think of a number 10 from Tottenham. They ain't got one, have they?
They don't tend to play in that style, do they? It's more like a forward 3, and they did play 3 at the back a few times. So no, they've changed over the last sort of 3 seasons. They defend deep, and then they break on the attack, and that's where Kane and Son have got most of their goals from. To be fair. They have actually just signed the lad who was on loan. I can't remember if is he Russian or Ukrainian? I can't remember. The one beginning with K. Someone will write it down and tell me what it is. But they've just signed him after him being on loan. And he's the kind of player that you would have in a Richarlison role. So they don't tend to have number 10, as far as I'm aware.
No, it's just I just find that crazy. I think that's a big part. They ain't got a good creator in that position behind the striker for me.
Blue says Kane, I suppose, yeah.
Does drop back and seems to play that position. I just found that crazy. That was just a little point. But we'll carry on with these fixtures. We'll try and keep it nice and fast for you. It's hard because we do like to have a little talk about the team as well, to just kind of get a feel of how this season's going to be. And it just gives you a good feeling then, getting ready for the season. That I have got us. We've done Tottenham. We both said lose. And then the next game is Man City, isn't it?
Yeah. Boxing Day, lovely.
These are hard games now. Tottenham, Man City. I've got us down as lose against Man City as well. See, I'm not stupid. We've had a couple of losses now on mine.
I've got us down as a draw.
Yes, good lad.
I just think Boxing Day on telly. It's going to be on telly, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Do you reckon an early one? Early one on Boxing Day.
I hope so. Give us a good Boxing Day. You know what I mean? Give us a good Boxing Day. Box them up. A draw you put. I'd love to beat them. I did want to put a random win result against Man City, but I just didn't do it. And by the way, everyone's that I've written up, no one's said that we're going to beat Man City. No one. I think I've done 16 result predictions that people have done, and no one said we're going to beat Man City.
No, it's Man City, isn't it?
So Man City, I've got lose. On to Wolves now, ain't we?
Yeah, Wolves away. I don't know. We're funny over Christmas, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? You know what? It's normally bloody Newcastle away, isn't it? Over December, sending everyone up to the northeast just before New Year or something. That seems to have happened quite a lot. But Wolves away, yeah, I've got us down as a draw for that one. I just think we have a little bit of a lull over the Christmas period. I don't remember us for a long time sort of having a run of wins constantly over the Christmas period. It always seems to go a little bit near, you know.
Well, on mine, we lost against Tottenham, we lost against Man City. I think we need a boost now. So I've done us a win against Wolves.
I hope so. I really do.
I've done us a win against Wolves away. And we played, it was 1-1 last time, wasn't it, when Mina scored. I generally think it was a 50-50 game. They've lost a big midfielder. It'd be interesting to see who they replace him with. They've got 45 million for him. That just does my head in. It really does.
You got what? Say that again.
So the Saudi team paid 45 million for Neves.
That, you know what, that was
and he's only 26, isn't he?
That was incoming, wasn't it? For Neves, because he didn't he go off? Was it against us that he went off? And he went off as like a player. He did played his last home game, to be honest. So
absolutely mad. If you're going,
that's been in the pipeline, I would have said. Yeah.
If you get crazy, Paul, that they're going to that league at the age of 26. I mean, it's not, that league's not even in top 5 competitions. And I know people say, oh, he gets loads of money, but you get loads of money as a footballer anyway. I'd think you'd want to earn some achievements and records in the best leagues like the Premier League and stuff. And he's a good player as well. It's just crazy. I don't even want to talk about that Saudi thing at the minute because it just does my head in. But yeah, he has gone. I don't think Wolves will be as good without him, but they are still solid. Against Wolves, I've done us to win, as I said. So we're into this. That's 20 games now, isn't it?
If you say so.
Yep, it's 20 games, and I'm on 32 points here, and it's obviously just about halfway through the season. We've got 2 games left here, January. Aston Villa, what have you got, Paul?
I've got us down for a defeat, Aston Villa. It's my birthday, by the way, everyone, in January 2nd, and usually around my birthday is just pants. It comes across FA Cup 3rd round and all, so we normally have a crap draw, in the cup, and then we have a dodgy home defeat against someone. It was Brighton last season, so I've put us down for Villa, losing at home against Villa. Well,
hopefully you have a better birthday than that. I've actually got us down. I've got us down as a draw against Aston Villa. Aston Villa are a team that I'm not going to underestimate. No. I generally think that they're going to add to what they've got, and they are pretty solid. And I think a draw is good. It's like 50-50. We get a draw against them, they're good, and we've stepped up to be good as well.
Yeah.
So, we've got a draw there. On to the next game, Fulham.
Fulham away.
Yeah, this is our 22nd game. Fulham, I've gone for a win. I think we can beat Fulham. I fancy smashing Fulham a couple of times this season.
I've got us down for a draw. Down for a draw on Fulham away.
Yours is solid as well, though. I like this. Positive Blues. So what if we get it wrong? Positive Blues.
Oh, yeah.
And we might even get it right. Imagine if we do get it right. I've predicted to hope to God that we do get it right and we can have a chilled season this season. It might be lower than what I've said. But like I say, a lot of people that have had a go, 15, 16 people so far, and they've all predicted 45 points plus, and they generally do believe it. So there you go. A lot of Everton fans are positive, surprisingly, after the last bad 2 seasons. So we're on to the next ones now, ain't we?
20. Yeah, I was just trying. I don't know where I am. I've lost count. So yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's do a bit of.
Add yours up at the end. Add them up at the end.
Mine at the end, and we'll see whether it's.
Because I'll while you're adding them up, I'll just keep it going and add them up.
I'll tell you what. Let's do a quick fire February. All right.
Right. Let's go for it.
So you ready? Spurs at home. What have you got? Draw. I've got win. City away.
Lose.
Yeah, me too.
I don't want to, but I've done it.
Palace at home.
We win 3 points.
I've got 3 points. Brighton away.
Draw.
draw. I've got a defeat. So I've gone win, defeat, and you've got a draw in there somewhere, haven't you?
Well, we've only lost one on mine. We've drew, and won. So on the February.
I prefer yours to mine.
But yeah, it was a nice quick February that was. But yeah, I generally think, like I say, Tottenham, I've done a draw. Man City lost. Crystal Palace, I think we can beat. And Brighton a draw. Why can't we draw against Brighton? I mean, I know you've got us to lose against Brighton twice, and they are good, but I've just gone for a draw there. I fancy us doing all right that game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Brighton keep hold of their best players. Obviously, McAllister's buggered off, hasn't he, over the road? So
got some good young players.
Keep a few others. March now. So at this point, we're looking quite healthy, aren't we, in what our predictions are?
Oh, bloody hell. We're looking very good on my predictions, I'll tell you that for sure.
We're not even bothered about the second half of the table, possibly, at this stage.
Everton fans are happy on mine.
Yeah, we're back to the days of finishing mid-table and
I think we're a Europa League on mine, the way we're going so far.
No, they are on yours, I tell you.
Yeah. Yours are similar. I mean, when you add them up, we'll see what they are, but yours are very similar. Probably going to be a high point season.
I'm inconsistent, me, because what I've got is like I said, win against Spurs, lose against City, win against Palace, lose against Brighton. I've got us beating West Ham at home.
What? Yeah, yours are up and down. But
just very inconsistent.
They are very positive. They are positive. What are we on now? March?
Yeah, March 2nd. So West Ham, what have you got? You got us
West Ham. Let's go through these quick again. Do your quick blast on March.
Yeah.
March, you read them out and I'll tell you what I've got, and then you tell me what you've got.
Right. West Ham at home.
Draw.
I've got a win. United away.
Lose.
Yeah, me too. Liverpool at home.
I think I've gone win, you know.
I have as well.
Yeah. At home, a Richarlison sort of game this is. Yeah. I've got the Rodriguez Richarlison game here. I've got freaking Harrison smashing one in against them. I have Harrison having a good game in the derby. I've got him in the team already, but yeah.
What's it if we don't sign him?
I'm not committed to him like that, but I just generally believe he's 17 million. I know we've got no money to spend, but I think if we can be sensible and get all we need is a good winger, a centre forward, a good left back, and just work with what we got for me. But I'd like a few players. I'm not being greedy, but I wouldn't mind Harrison. I do like him. He's quite a good player. Well, he wasn't last season, but under Bielsa, he's very good. I liked him a lot. Harrison would be a good one. So what month are we on now? We're on April, ain't we?
Bournemouth away, end of March.
Oh, yeah, Bournemouth, last one. Bournemouth in that month. Bournemouth, I've got a win as well.
I've got us getting beat away against Bournemouth.
I've had a cracking month there in March. We drew against West Ham. We've lost against Man U. Then we've gone and beat Liverpool after that loss against Man U. And I'll be buzzing about that. And then all of a sudden we're going to beat Bournemouth as well. So it's been a cracking month, that has for me.
That's going to be Deitch Manager of the Month there, if you're not careful.
He's doing well. He's on 48 points at the minute in 30 games. That's what I've got at the minute. 48 points in 30 games.
Well, so good to be positive.
Yeah, well, I'm not being stupid. We'll see what happens. I want to be quiet about it and see what happens because I've done it. I could have either done it really crap to win this competition and I could have done it really good. And I just generally think we're going to be all right this season. So
why not?
We'll be good. On to April then.
Newcastle away. That'll be on telly and all.
Oh, I've actually lost this one.
Yeah, I've got us down for a defeat.
Oh, shame. I wanted to beat them as well. I didn't know I had them down as a loss, so maybe I was being sensible then. My tally was getting too high.
Well,
see, I ain't been stupid.
Defeat, so it might be a win. You never know.
Well, I haven't been stupid. I have got a lot of losses in there. I've just got us winning more games this season when we actually sign a centre forward.
Yeah.
So on to if we could beat some of the teams we did last season without a centre forward, imagine what we're going to do with a centre forward. So I've just got it in my head that we've got to buy one. Burnley, what have you got, Paul?
I've got a win against Burnley. There's a trend, basically. A lot of our away games, I think, were balls up. I'm not known as for consecutive seasons to be really good at home or really good away. Do you know what I mean? So we were really good away in the last half of the season, and we were pretty shocking at home. So this time it might be the other way around.
No, I like you thinking that. You do think proper in depth of how it's going to go. You could be right.
That's just experience.
You do think more in depth than me. You've actually gone to how we do in those months and when Everton go down and up in months and stuff, which is clever. I like it. That's why I like doing this stuff with you.
It's a roller coaster.
It is going to be a good one this season. I'm telling you, I'm sick and tired of bad seasons, and I think Dyche is going to give him a good preseason. Let him have 2-3 players. Let those players that look like they was getting better, like James Garner, like Branthwaite, come back. Let the young Patterson actually play. Let some of these young players step it up with an extra year of age under the belt, and I think we'll have a good season. So I am massively, massively positive. So where are we on these results, Paul? Because I completely lost saying that.
We're up to Chelsea away.
Chelsea away. Like I say, I did win against Burnley. Chelsea away, I've got us losing. I think Chelsea will be better this season.
I have as well. They'll probably be fighting for something or other. So,
yeah,
got a defeat on that one.
But, interesting team to watch though, Chelsea, because generally they ain't been that good, have they? So if they do flop twice, I think the owner will be going absolutely balmy.
Yeah, they could be a bit of a weird one for the next few seasons. Be interesting to see if it is Poch who's their manager.
Would sack him as well if he didn't have a good season. There might be a lot of pressure.
Would straight away, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Forest at home, no. I'd imagine we've both got a win.
I've got a draw.
Ooh, okay.
I just, like I say, Forest, the one that I said earlier on, until we had a big conversation, that they're going to be better. And I think draw on that one.
Right, fair dues. Brentford at home.
Brentford, I've got us to win. Straight back onto the win after that. South gone draw, but then straight back onto the win against Brentford.
Well, I've got a draw for Brentford.
Yeah, so you kind of level it out there. And this Brentford is 35 games, and I'm on 55 points. So we are smashing it. I'm happy with that. I'm not that bothered that we drew against Forest because it's a good result because we're on 55 points, by the way. So it's going to be a good season. So we're into
what's your May month. Like? Yeah, what's your May like?
Well, this is my birthday month, isn't it? So
it is.
Everybody, by the way, on the predictions, I know a lot will be listening. I will say it again now. Me and Paul have read out our results. We've had a little prediction. We're doing a trophy for the winner. My Twitter is Toffee Bluecast. So go on Twitter, type in Toffee Bluecast. DM me a message asking for the fixtures. Give your predictions, and I'll put you in this little competition that we're having and seeing who wins. Someone will win a trophy, and we'll give a trophy to the winner for the channel. Just a little bit of fun. So like I said, we've got about 15 already. We'll probably end up with 20. So it's like a little league, isn't it? If 20 people have a go, that'll be good. My aim was, Paul, what I was thinking is, if this goes well, which I think it's going well, if we do get 20, next season, we'll do £5 to enter and just put all the money to charity for the channel, if you know what I mean. Just do a little fundraiser get the channel doing a fundraiser. So it'll be £5 a go, entry fee. See who wins next season. And we'll do it every season and use it as a channel thing to make a bit of money for mental health or something like that. Do what we can as a channel. So that's my thought on that.
By then, Dan, you'll be loaded.
I wish. Poor as old me, mate. I just want to, you know what I'm like? I'm Mr. Good Deed. I want to do this channel. If it grows, I will only do good things with it. And I'm trying to just get some good things going for next season.
Jamie seems confident.
Let me know when you need my address for the trophy. Yeah, I like Jamie's, to be fair. He's got a good chance. He was serious. Mine's higher than his.
Jamie was serious.
But it took him, a lot of people replied back straight away with their predictions. He took a good frigging day and a half to do it. He must have had the pen and paper out, and I reckon he went through highlights and everything to do Jamie's. So yeah, it was a good one. But yeah, get on it. Message me. It's really easy. I'll tell you how to do it. I want to get to about 20 and I'll be happy. And like I say, at least then I've done it. I know loads of people have entered it, done it. And next season we'll do it as a little freaking fundraiser thing and do what we can as a channel for charities and stuff like that. So we're in May on my birthday, and I don't know what date this game is. It doesn't say what date it is, so I don't know if it's on my birthday.
4th of May is Luton.
4th of May, so it's not quite my birthday. Luton, I've got us to win.
Jamie went back in time. Bit Marty McFly-ish.
Some have gone serious. I'm happy with how many's entered, to be fair. Some people will be stuck up and won't have a go.
Jamie, let me know some of them results, will you?
It's on the thing, but I whizzed it by. I'm going to put them all properly, and I'll do a little edit of what everyone went for the next time we go live or something. These was the results of what they went for.
Where'd you go for Luton then? Luton away.
3 Everton win.
Yeah, I did as well. Oh, all Everton away fans have got to. All Everton fans going away have got to wait until May to do the away game.
Nice fixtures these at the end, though. I hope they're not ones where we should. I don't think we'll be in no trouble here, and I think we'll be able to just push for that Europa.
We won't be. We won't be.
Yeah,
but Luton and Sheffield United might be. So
yeah, we'll be in trouble. Games. So Sheffield, what have you got? Win as well.
I've got a win for both of them, Luton.
Yours is crazy like mine as well. Ours ain't been much different, and I thought you was going to grill me, but I tell you something, your total, when you add them up, it's going to be very similar to mine. Arsenal, nobody's put us to beat Arsenal last game. Nobody.
I wonder why.
Nobody has put us to beat Arsenal last game. I remember us playing Arsenal that last game after Crystal Palace, after we stayed up the Crystal Palace game, we got battered 5-0. And I think I've got that in the head last game. I don't like playing Arsenal last game, so nobody...
What the hell is it with us playing Arsenal last game? It's happened loads.
I'm glad it wasn't last game to stay up Arsenal when we went that Bournemouth game. Bloody hell.
It seems to happen all the time. And any time there's like Arsenal highlights of Arsenal winning previous leagues and stuff, we played them when they clinched it as well. So bad Tony Adams bloody scored. Do you know what I mean? It seems to pop up Arsenal away last day. Loads. Come on, Premier League, get a grip.
I was just going to look to tell you what Jamie's total was. Jamie's total is 56 points, by the way.
Interesting.
56 points he's got. And someone else has done 56 as well. So if it is 56, Jamie and that person, we're going to have to get both of their predictions and see who's actually got it the closest. So we're going to take it to the VAR box.
I think we've got to go who's got most correct
ticks. Yeah. So we'll tick all the right things and who's got the most correct with Jamie. So Jamie's, if it does end up on what Jamie's gone for, it's going to be intense, and we might tally it up live on the channel just to see who's got it. That was Jamie's. Mine ends up being 61 points.
Ooh.
61 points we've got. I don't know where that takes us, but 61's all right, isn't it?
61 is Europe, I would have thought.
It might not be. Don't make it sound stupid. No,
it might be Europa Conference, but that's still Europe.
Yeah, Europa Conference.
West Ham aren't complaining, are they?
I wouldn't mind a Daesh getting us Europa Conference. I wouldn't. Imagine all the frigging people that are giving us crap saying we're going to go down this season. I was actually getting Europa Conference and being nowhere near a relegation battle. That is what we've got to do. I generally think we're going to have a better season. And if you get off to a good start, who knows what can happen? You just got to crack on. And like I say, 61 sounds stupid, but when I look at, I mean, I'll read them out now. Actually, I'll give them all a shout out here because I've got it on here. Paul, you had yours up. Why? Give them a shout out now, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to give them a shout out. So that I started with the lowest. The lowest was. Hold on. Just trying to think now. Got me thinking. I'll find it now. Don't worry. I'll tell you what the predictions was, and I'll give you a little shout out. Paul's adding his up now. You adding it up, or you already done it?
I've got it. I have got it.
You added it up already? Took me ages to everyone else's.
To be fair, I added it up before.
Someone was like, everyone was like, "Will you check this for me?" And I was like, "I got me to check it. I got my partner to check it just to make sure, that they're all tallied up right. Right. I'm going to give the shout outs here because I have got it on the clip that I put here. Do you know what? I'm going to put the clip on because I bet you I can actually read it.
Go on.
It's got them all on anyway on the clip. People's results. There we go. A few have had a go. Fair play to the people that have had a go. Don't be stuck up. Just have a laugh. And can you see this?
If I look really carefully and go like this, then I've got a chance.
I don't know what I did then. Have I done something to the screen?
No, it's changing. Get your
Get
magnifying glass
your,
out.
get your code on. Get moving.
I think one of them said 16 points in total there, but I could be wrong.
That I've actually got them. I can actually read them out. Here we go. I'll give them a shout out. Here we go. So we have on the lowest is 42 points.
Right. Okay.
And that's Plobber Bounce. He said, I can't believe my Twitter name is Plobber Bounce. I did it when I've had a few gins.
I tell you what, that's an improvement from last season, though. So
yeah, they're not bad. The next one is Calden7. He's gone for 45. The next one is N Turner 60. He's gone for 48 points.
okay.
I've gone from lowest to highest here. They're all in order. I've got them all in the system.
These sound like clever predictions, to be fair.
No, they are. They are sensible. That's what I say.
Yeah.
No, I think mine's the cleverest. I think I'm going to win. You've got Young Trash Lord that comes on the channel. He's gone for 49.
You've
got Alex that's gone for 50. You've got Everything Everton. We all know him. Comes on as a guest sometimes. 52. You've then got Blackpool Mick. He's gone for 54. He said we're going to have a good season as well. Then you've got Kaza, Paul Caswell. He's gone for 55. Then you've got so these Twitter names are crazy. Hogan the golfer. His name is Hall pitcher, and he's got 56. Then you've got the one and only. He's actually written Jamie the goat. I call him Warrington. You've got him. So Jamie Warrington, but it's Wharton. I actually thought he gave me the wrong name, but I realised it's not Warrington, what I say. But he's actually gone for 56. So him and Hulk have gone for 56.
Yeah.
And then you've got Joseph Yobo's Yo-Yo. And he's got us the unbeaten Invincibles, unbeaten all season. And his total is 105, I think it is. 105.
Well, he doesn't have to get it spot on if he's closest.
Yeah, if he wins that, I am frigging riding the unicorn naked. That would be absolutely bloody amazing. Tell you something. If Yobo wins that, I would love it.
Shall I tell you what I put then? So you put 61.
Yep.
We were close because I had 59.
It's close.
Yeah.
I told you. You said some of mine was crazy, and then you added yours up. Did that surprise you what it added up to?
I think, yeah, it did actually. I mean, I like I say, I put us for a good start, but then balls are up a little bit, sort of late autumn, bit of a flat Christmas, and then an inconsistent 2024. But enough to see us top half. Why not? Because
it's crazy we're close.
Before anything happens, before any transfers actually happen and things like that, we might actually make a bit of a team out of the lads that we can bring in and make space by getting rid of one or two of the lads that we've got. And why not?
Do you know what, Paul? Honestly, if Patterson comes on, he's had 2 years now, and we call him a young lad. He's had time now to be the player he needs to be. I think you can't keep saying he's young. I think Tarkowski is fantastic. I love him. I love him. Everyone loves him. I think if Branthwaite comes in and plays the way he did when he went on that loan with Tarkowski and Dyche likes him, I think we could have a cracking centre-back that everyone's like, wow, this Branthwaite kid with Tarkowski is good. I want us to get a left-back on loan or sign one that's better than Mikalenko, that's going to be real good competition with him. And then all I want, I know we've got McNeil, who I'm really happy with. I want a good right winger. But maybe McNeil can play on the right wing and Harrison can play on the left. I don't know. I'd be happy with that if we got Harrison. James Garner, I think, looked good. You like him as well, don't you? He come on towards the end of the season. I think James Garner is going to be a lot better. Garner Gay stepped it up. Decore looks good under Dyche. Iwobi might play in that middle if we get a winger. And then, honestly, you go and get Dembele on a free contract. I know people say that's crazy, but he's on a free. He hasn't been playing, so he might take the risk on us. Go and get him on a free and go and sign that Coventry young centre forward that wants to earn a name for himself. You've got a good frigging team then, haven't you, Paul? You've got a solid team there. And that's not unrealistic. I've only said like a player on a free, a loan, and then sign a player. I'm not 2 players. It's not stupid stuff. So, yeah, we could be good. That's just my thoughts on the season that we need to do.
I agree. Jamie mentioned about African Cup of Nations, which in the past might have balls us up a little bit, but are you talking Ghana, Gay and Iwobi?
No, there's loads. There's loads, I think.
Is there? Who are the other ones?
Well, I don't know who they are. I can't remember, but I remember I read a tweet that said we're going to be missing. The Blues tell us in the comments who's missing.
I've got
4 players. I read. I think 4 players were missing.
Blues saying, here we go. So the core is French. Ghana, Gay and Iwobi. So
Gray will be missing as well, won't he? Jamaica, is he? Is Jamaica in the African Cup? Yeah,
not sure. No. No.
There you go, Jamie. There you go, the Blues. If you want to hit Paul for saying something wrong, Jamaica are in the. I think I'm thinking about the bobsleighing team. You know what I mean? We are the bobsleighers team.
Clip that, Jamaica in the African Cup of Nations.
Oh, maybe it is only 2. Right. So, yes. So that is the predictions that we've done.
Yeah.
Me and Paul. We're very similar. This is why we get on well on the channel, because we just think the same. A lot of you people that have done yours have been decent. I've just read them out. If anyone else wants to send them, Sunday I'll finish. The Blues, if you want to somehow send it over, send it. I'll type it up for you and put it in the system. And we'll come back to it at the end of the season, have a little look who got what. And that's what we do. This is what we do on the channel now. We try and drop loads of little fun activities for you, just to make being a fan as fun as possible.
Well, we can always refer back to them as well.
Yeah, well, I will probably get ripped.
See if our actual prediction changes at all.
Probably get ripped. What we'll do now, that's the fixtures all talked about. We've seen Southampton's kit. We don't know what the kit's going to be like. It could be a half and half. Have you seen Southampton's kit, Paul?
I haven't seen Southampton's kit, no. I tell you what, I've loved lots of our concept kits. The concept kits are always better than what we actually end up with.
Well, this Southampton is an 80s kit. The same as, I don't know whether you've seen it. Was it Czech Republics or something like that? That just in the international, no, Denmark. Do you know the red and white stripes half and then red?
Are we talking very similar to that when Shearer was playing for them or something like that?
Yeah, that's the way it is. It's really, it looks like a KFC kit, like red pinstripes and stuff. and they've given us a clue. Apparently, it says on my Twitter, Hummel are giving you a clue. Our third kit's going to be a replica of an 80s kit.
All right, okay.
And a lot of people have. Do you know the grey and white stripe one that I used to wear?
Yeah.
It's going to be that, half of that, and then half white. That's what some people think it's going to be.
Interesting.
I actually want it to be the checker kit. Do you know the one with like pyramids, like diamonds on it?
Oh yeah. I know the one you mean. Yeah,
it's like 93 or 94 or something like that.
Yeah,
I hadn't seen it, Paul, and it's amazing.
You're thinking NEC, aren't you? I think
you'll know exactly because you're like the kit expert. It's I don't know if you can see. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Look at that. That's cracking, that is. But then someone told me I think it was Jamie actually that said it's a cheese grater. A cheese grater kit. But yeah, that one.
He says we don't want the cheese grater kit.
Yeah, that was. I like that kit, but yeah,
it'd
be interesting to see what the kits are like.
I mean, there's a kit that was in the 80s, which was my time of having my first game at the matches and stuff, and a lot of people don't like it. I think it's Marmite. They love it or hate it. It's when Lineker was with us for a season, and it's the
yellow one.
Top half is white, bottom half is blue, and it was an NEC kit. That's we did have a kind of play on that when Jags was playing for us, and we had and Sahar was playing for us actually. It was a big sort of V-neck, white collar. So we've doffed our cap to that one. Whether they come back and do that kind of thing again, I don't know. But I hope Hummel just get onto these concept kits because there's some belters. There's some absolute brilliant ones.
That's the one, the concept one that I said that they've made it up and they said they want it to look like. Do you like the retro ones then? And the concept?
Yeah, I like the. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. Do you know what I mean? They had their time. But I do like it when a new kit comes out and they just, they put a little something to acknowledge, a kit that everyone used to like in the past.
I was trying to get it. That was I don't know if you can see. That's the concept one.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, do you reckon that's going to be a similar theme
like
around
Southampton? Basically, that is
yeah, possibly.
It is like the Southampton one. There you go. It's a concept
one.
one.
It's not a bad away one.
No, it does look nice with the white and then the pinstripe down the other half side.
The badge is a nod to the 80s as well. Different than the badge that we've got there.
With the stripes, I don't know if what's Jamie saying. Does he prefer the stripes to the cheese grater? I don't know. I get excited with kits, so we'll see what they're doing. We'll do an announcement on the kits, and we'll keep you up to date with the players at some point as well. Thanks for everyone coming on, Paul. So close. He's going to get this trophy. I enjoyed it as well because it gets me ready for next season. And it's good to go through the fixtures and talk about all the different teams that we're going to play. And it gets us ready. We'll keep dropping stuff on the channel, people. Send in your fixtures and then we'll send the trophy out at the end of the season. But thanks for coming on. Like and subscribe. Get on the channel, like and subscribe. I need to push it more because I feel like more Blues would like this channel. We get good feedback from the ones that are on it, so we want more. It's like 265 or something like that now. So let's push this channel to 500 or something like that. Let's just, if you're on it, like and subscribe. I'll keep saying it more and let the channel grow because I know that the people in the comments want more Blues to talk to in the comments as well. So we'll keep pushing it. But thanks everyone for coming on. That's my prediction was 61. Paul's is 59. We are big Everton fans. We love Everton. And let's see who gets it right. We've got all yours. Have a boss night, everyone. Last words, Paul?
No, enjoy your week, everyone. And thanks for joining in.
I did not know it was like 11:15. Up the fucking toppers. Up the toppers. There we go. I'm just going to get my banner. My dog's talking to me now as well. Wants to get on the channel. There we go, everyone. Have a boss night. Up the